stop. You are trapped in a loop. You are constantly observing your 3D reality, your bank account, your relationship status, your body, and you are waiting for it to change. This waiting, this constant observation, is the very thing that is locking your reality into place. You are caught in the observer loop. In quantum mechanics, the act of observation collapses the wave function, forcing potential into a fixed state. You are unknowingly using your most powerful creative force, your attention, to validate the reality you are trying to escape. This video must find you now, because we are going to show you the 3 radical acts that break this loop and cause your reality to change immediately. The fundamental lie of the observer loop is that you are a passive victim of your circumstances. You believe your circumstances are the cause and your feelings are the effect. The law of assumption reverses this. Your feelings are the cause and your circumstances are the effect. The reason your reality is not changing is because you are giving your attention to the old reality, thereby recreating it every single day. We are going to cover the 3 psychological acts that move you from passive observer to active selector. The first act will show you how to redirect your attention and starve the old reality. The second will teach you how to use the quantum blur to your advantage, allowing the new reality to form. And the third will reveal the final effortless act of surrender that guarantees your immediate shift. The first act to break the observer loop is the attention redirection protocol. Your attention is the light of your consciousness. Where you shine that light, reality grows. When you constantly observe your lack, you are shining the light of your consciousness on the lack, forcing it to persist. This is the psychological mechanism of confirmation bias at work. Your brain is designed to prove you right. If you believe you are stuck, your reticular activating system, RAS, will filter out all evidence of opportunity and only show you proof of your stuckness. The observer loop is broken not by fighting the 3D world, but by withdrawing your attention from it. Neville Goddard taught that the only thing you need to change is your inner conversation. When you find yourself observing the lack, you must immediately redirect your attention to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is not denial, it is selection. You are choosing which reality to observe. You are using your attention to collapse the wave function of your desired reality. The moment you stop observing the lack begins to dissolve. The 3D world is merely the shadow. You don't fight the shadow, you change the light source. This redirection is the first, most crucial step in reclaiming your creative sovereignty. It is the internal decision to starve the old state of the energy it needs to survive. The second act is the quantum blur, which is the art of non-observation. Think of the famous double-slit experiment. The particle behaves like a wave, pure potential, until it is observed, at which point it collapses into a fixed particle, fixed reality. Your manifestation is in the wave state, pure potential, until you observe it. When you constantly check your bank account, your manifestation is forced to collapse into the fixed state of not enough. The quantum blur is the practice of deliberate inattention to the 3D world. You must stop looking for external proof. The moment you have successfully assumed the state of the wish fulfilled, the internal observation, you must turn your attention away from the external world. This is the moment of faith. You are allowing the potential to remain fluid, trusting that your internal observation is the only one that matters. The quantum blur is the secret to immediate change. The moment you stop observing the old reality, you stop recreating it. The new reality, which you have already observed internally, rushes in to fill the void. The old reality is not destroyed. It is simply no longer sustained by your attention. This deliberate act of turning away is the signal to the universe that the internal work is complete. The third and final act is the act of assumption, which is the ultimate declaration of your role as the selector, not the observer. The observer is passive, the selector is sovereign. The act of assumption is the internal decision to live from the end. You are not waiting for your reality to change. You are living as if it has already changed. This is the moment you break the loop entirely. You are no longer observing the old reality. You are observing the new reality from within. This is where the feeling of naturalness is key. You must use your imagination to create a sensory experience of the wish fulfilled until it feels completely natural. The moment it feels natural, your subconscious mind accepts it as fact. This is the internal observation that collapses the wave function of your desired reality. The reality changes immediately because the internal observation is the only observation that matters. The 3D world is merely the delayed reflection. Once you break the observer loop, you realize that the power was never in the external world. It was always in your attention. You have seen the truth. The observer loop is broken. You now know the 3 acts: the attention redirection protocol, the quantum blur, and the act of assumption. Your reality changes immediately because the moment you stop observing the old, you start sustaining the new. The power was never in the external world. It was always in your attention. Stop observing the lack. Start selecting the abundance. If this message resonated with the deepest part of your being, subscribe to join a community of conscious creators who are building their world, one intentional selection at a time. Let us know in the comments, what is the one thing you are choosing to stop observing today?